Even though on dual carriageways vehicles often move faster, they're generally safer as there's no oncoming traffic.
Okay, Pat, so as we were saying earlier there, we're going to go on to do some more dual carriageway work from where we left off. So far we've been in up to 40 limits, you know, on the dual carriageway. So now we're going to have a look at some dual carriageway with higher speed limits. What would be the maximum speed that you can drive it on a dual carriageway?
70.
Yeah, so the ones that we've gone on to will possibly have that. There may be sections with lower speed limits, but 70 would be the maximum. So it's a case of getting you the experience of not only driving at 40 and lower speeds on dual carriageways, but also at higher speeds, and getting used to a bit more of the slip roads where you're merging with the traffic or leaving, you know. And it's a case of getting your speed right for that, giving you the experience of that as well. Okay, so whenever you're ready, just usual checks, and we'll move off and turn left at the end of this road.
Okay.
And then we're going to be coming on to a dual carriageway almost right away. Good, well done. And I've done it as usual, of course. Your favourite up or downhill slopes, I keep finding them, don't we?
You do.
So here you are then. So what you're looking for as you come round, apart from observing to the right, is how long a slip road have I got here? So watch as you come round. Try not to go over the line there though.
Yeah, that's the actual route.
Why do you think it's a solid line?
It's supposed to go in.
Right, now you've got a nice long one here. You're checking the lorry and the other van, and it's out in the other lane, so speed it up a bit more before you go out. Increase your speed a bit more yet, a bit more. That's it. Now you can come out. In other words, make full use of the slip road.
Right.
Where you've got a long one, get the speed up in that, and then you're merging at the higher speed. Alright?
Yep.
Quite clear on that one? Are you planning from that? Now, what about this vehicle that come out there? What are you considering doing with that?
I'll have to slow down, really.
Well, you might have done, because this one's coming through. That was the correct decision. But what other considerations should you have taken?
Possibly move over to my right-hand lane.
Well, not so much that. Considered overtaking him. If he was going to continue slow. You know, we want to make progress if we can. It wasn't safe in that instance because there was a car passing us. And he's built up speed and he's going away now, so it wouldn't have been worthwhile anyhow.
Right.
But the idea is to, you know, make progress if we can. It's always a consideration, you see.
I'm catching this wagon up now.
Yeah, so what you've got to do is do what? Now, what you've done wrong there, just check and move out if you're going to go. What you did first was you realised you were catching them up, but you slowed down then. So that now made it a little bit more difficult for you to overtake. Right, just increase your speed just a fraction, just to keep it right on the speed limit. Mustn't exceed it, but up to the speed limit where we can. Now look at the gap ahead. Are you going to be moving into that, do you think? Or what about the vehicle ahead?
There's quite a distance in front.
Yeah, so what are you going to do?
Check mirrors.
Can you see them in this mirror yet?
Yeah.
Right,
I can
so...
see some cars coming
Yeah,
out.
so start checking your mirrors, consider a signal if necessary, and then move across. Now, do you think it was wise to give a signal there?
Like I thought I was turning in.
Yeah, I said consider one, I didn't say to give one, you see.
Yeah.
You'd always consider that situation, but that could have been misleading there.
Yeah.
Alright, clear enough on that?
Yeah.
So the next time when you're coming up to something like that, we want to consider that now. Here's a junction, Selby A63, half a mile ahead.
Yeah.
That's actually a destination which we wish to take.
Okay.
Now the idea is when you're travelling at this speed, it doesn't take long to travel half a mile.
Okay.
So we've got to be considering, right, what's the situation, how far away is this? There already you can see the countdown markers. That's a good idea to signal at that point. So
300.
mirrors, yep. How many? 300 metres, yards, inches, feet? Yes, that's right. Now there's a slip road. Check your mirrors again, move in, and only now that you're in the slip road, start reducing speed now. Quite a bit, because you've not got that far to go at the roundabout. We're going to turn right at the roundabout. We're actually going to go right round the roundabout. What we've got to consider is, look at the volume of traffic here. Several heavy lorries, so that means there might be a queue of them there. So what you're looking for is a gap, not just how long is the slip road, but is there a gap coming up? So watch carefully. Yeah, a nice gap there, but they're all braking, so you can get out while the going's good, but you're having to brake a bit as well. And let them get away a little bit ahead of you now. I would select a lower gear, yes. Now you've left your correct separation distance again. Right, okay.
So the left lane's moving faster than the right lane. So
Yes, at this moment we're in queues of traffic.
Yeah.
So that's permissible to pass them on the left when we're in queues. We're not technically overtaking as such, we're merely, our lane is moving faster than the lane on the right at that point, and we're just driving in the flow of traffic with that. Again, bear in mind you don't want to be too near him. And if he's going at a slower speed, we've now got the opportunity, if you check your mirror, once this one's gone through and there's a safe gap, where we may possibly consider overtaking. So, is it safe for you to move out? That one's far enough ahead of you now for you to move out. So over we go. Plus, what you're also doing is allowing that vehicle to come in at the same time. Unwittingly, but it works out that way. So you've done him a favour by moving over in time anyhow. And then you've got a further lorry ahead. There's no sign of the vehicle slowing down ahead. So we can make progress as you're doing. And maintain this position. And what you've got to consider now, is it worthwhile coming in between these cars or not? And the answer I would say at the moment would be home.
Okay, so stay out.
Yeah, that's it. Good. Correct one. Now you've got somebody braking in the outside lane, but no need to brake at the moment, but just check your mirror and ease off slightly just to see what the situation is. You'll always get somebody who'll go flying past on the inside who's impatient like that. They're just going to get held up there, or they'll weave in and out, which is what you shouldn't do.
So the gap I'm leaving between me.
Yes, that didn't him. Now it's, you've got to ease off a little bit again now because of the fact that he cut out in front of you. The gap you were leaving before that was alright, but you've got to be ready to adjust that when somebody does do that, either cuts in from the left or from the right in front of you.
Right.
Now the lorry up ahead of this one, did you see what he was doing?
It's indicating left.
Yes, so obviously this lorry may move out in front of you. He may just ease up a bit to let him out, but that's what we've got to be wary of. He's got two options: slow down to let the lorry get away, or move out. I doubt if he's going to move out now, but just keep an eye on the ones in front. Gaps reducing speed, I would drop down again as well. Right, well, that's a nice distance again, so we can start building up again. And no reason why we can't build up speed and go past the lorry. We can see round the bend away ahead of us. We're quite a distance here.
Yep.
You can consider your gear, good, well done. Yeah, making good use of fifth gear, that's ideal. Your use of that has been very good. Again, keep an eye on the lorries in case they move out, although we're out here anyhow. The car behind's keeping a safe distance, so we're alright at the moment. Again, just sort of try and look through the bend as well as you're coming round, see if there's any reason why these are braking. Any idea why the car two in front of us is regularly braking?
It's very close to the car.
Yeah, he's sitting right on he's just about on his boot lid. That's why he's constantly having to brake. I mean, separation distance there is nil. And the car in front's not doing much better, you see? So you just want to ease back just a little bit from them. Especially when you get them like that, because the first one stops and these other two be a concertina back into the other.